Welcome to the night of terror.
Relax. This is just my Xanthrak the Unborn outfit here. Uh, yeah, that's all that is. A good, safe, non-licensed uh, character for me to be. Yes, I have paid my light bill, in fact. Thank you for asking. This is mood lighting is what this is. This is gathering around the campfire and telling spooky stories, right? It's that time of year, man. It's this time of year, man. It's Halloween time. Ooh, it's Halloween, man. This is when we're supposed to dress up and be weird and wild and crazy and do stuff we wouldn't normally do. It's that time of the year when you put decaying fruit out in front of your house as decoration, and when children come up to your door asking for handouts, and when people can dress a lot more scantily than they otherwise would. It's a great time of year. Personally, I love this whole last quarter of the year where everything's all festive. And of course, we start with the spooky time of Halloween. It's the time of year where you do the scary stuff and you see the movies and the different things come on and songs and all this other good stuff when you get a little bit of Thriller playing and all this, and then Vincent Price tells you about how things are in the graveyard and all this good stuff. It's a fun time of year to sort of live in the moment, to sort of recapture your childhood, etc., etc. And it's good times all the way around. If you like it, or you may not like it. Some people don't like Halloween for whatever reason, and I can understand why some people would not like it, because there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes down around Halloween time. It's when hoodlums like to throw stuff at your house and put paper towels and toilet paper, PTTP, on your trees out in your front yard. And that's well and good too, except no, don't ever do that to anybody. I've heard where people have put like plastic forks, like stuck them in the dirt in people's driveways and stuff. It's like, come on, what are you trying to do? That's not even pranking anymore. That's just being an ass is all that is at that point. So, but it is prank time this time of year. If you get past all that, there's some legitimately good things. There's some interesting movies and that sort of thing. But everybody approaches the holidays differently. And see, obviously, I'm here with the dark lighting and the Xanthrak, the Unborn mask, and everything, because I like a little bit of the I guess you could say the gothic and the dark and some of the noir style stuff. But some people get into the nasty and the gritty and the grisly and the gory, and I'm not so big on that. It's not that I have a problem with it per se, it's just not what I do. There are so many ways to approach a holiday. Um, Everybody has their own thing, their own traditions, their own what have you that they do, and then it's, not necessarily universally appreciated. Like me, like I said, the more subtly scary. I like the things like the Munsters and the Addams Family, things where it's not outright like gore and grizzle, but it's kind of fun, it's kind of cheeky. I really like the suspense. There's this really great novel that this guy wrote, really short, easy couple night read, that you should go check out. I might have the link to that book somewhere, where there's a lot of suspenseful stuff that goes on in it. It's basically kind of toying with the supernatural and the suspense that sort of goes with the fear of the unknown. And that's what I like. I like sort of resting against not full on adrenaline, but sort of still at a slightly elevated rate. There you go. I like slightly elevated heart rate Halloween. And so it's for that reason that I don't go and do a lot of the things that a lot of people do during Halloween. And it's not that I dislike it, on a personal level. I just don't like it because I don't want to be there because I'm afraid of what I might do. See, I was an absolute chicken when I was a kid. I very, very distinctly remember being 6 years old, and I was dressed as the White Power Ranger, and I went up onto somebody's front porch where there was like a ghoul or a ghost or a man wearing a sheet or something. I forget what it was at this point. Maybe he was a scarecrow. I don't remember. I just remember the absolute terror that was in my little 6-year-old heart, and that was almost in my little 6-year-old britches, because this man was dressed, but I didn't realize it was a man because he held perfectly stark raving still. Right? And it said, please take 2 pieces. And I said, okay, I'll take 2 pieces. And I thought about it too. I thought, what if there's a guy in here? And like I looked through the eye holes and I couldn't see eyes. So I said, okay, maybe it's okay. And I reached and I got my hand over the bowl. And I jumped about 3 feet in the air and almost bounded off the porch. And like I said, I almost evacuated my lower regions out of fear. So I had suspense and startling issues when I was younger, but I grew out of it and sort of grew into, Xanthrax the Unborn here. Like I said, I like more the suspense and sort of the novelty that goes with a holiday that celebrates all things spectacular. I don't necessarily like getting yelled at, having a lot of blood on the floor, because I immediately think about how much you have to clean up after that sort of affair. I mean, just straight up violence is not a single time a year deal. I mean, I can watch a movie like Jigsaw or whatever any time of year, and it's appropriate. That's not just a Halloween centric movie or nothing. And it's for that reason that it's a beloved institution of Halloweeners, but not so much for myself. Haunted houses. Now, I love the premise of a haunted house. I love going to haunted areas or places that are known for being haunted and going around, going on the ghost tour, learning about the local history or what have you. What I don't like is walking into a room and having somebody start screaming at me and throwing blood, fake or not, I don't know, all over me. That's where I draw the line. And I know that there's some places, some haunted houses that, like, that's a thing. Like, it's not just that you are going to a haunted house to get scared so much as you are going to some of these places for the outright mental torture. And that's especially something that I'm not good with. And I'll tell you why. It's not that that I don't think I could make it through. I could, but it's exactly for that reason, because my fight or flight sense is heavily skewed toward the fight side. And if I'm standing in a room and there's a guy that comes around the corner with the hatchet and he starts like spitting blood and screaming at me, I'm going to scream back. And I'm going to pick up the nearest thing and try to bludgeon him. And that's not allowed. See, I don't like being yelled at, or just in general being harassed, especially by somebody with a hatchet spitting blood at me. So that's why I don't go to haunted houses. It's not like I don't want to go. It's not that I won't go on the haunted hayride or whatever, or go to the corn maze. I just want to be legitimately spooked so much as I don't want somebody just to yell at me. I get yelled at enough in a single day. I don't want a man with a hatchet to yell at me under the guise of being scary. So that's how I feel about it. Just me personally. You may be different, but I always think it's funny when, it comes on the radio, or, you see a commercial or whatever, and it's like,
come to the death house where a bunch of sociopathic people who are underpaid and overworked, who have personal problems of their own, especially Dave. Dave's woman's giving him a hard time lately. Don't look at Dave directly. He'll get you.
It's frightening.
Look at the zombie house, where zombies are in a house. and they'll shuffle after you.
It's terrifying.
And then come see the Dagwood Manor, where Drethro Dagwood and his bunch of family members who come from a tree which does not split or branch at all will poke you with steak knives.
It's tender.
Nah, be afraid.
There's blood and fire and stuff.
Only $30 per head. Expect wait times of an hour and 45 minutes.
It's the most frightening part of all.
But maybe you're into that. Maybe you like that. I don't know. You tell me what you like. I think one of the greatest scary movies ever. Laugh at me. I don't care. Was the first Paranormal Activity, because it was suspenseful all the way through. It's just, that's what I like. But you can like something else. I just don't care for the blood and the gore and everything. And I'm not saying, like I said, I don't mean that to be like, oh, I don't like blood and gore. But I can watch. Like I said, I can watch a gory movie any day of the week. I can only watch things like Nightmare Before Christmas, / during Halloween. So, just me. You might be different. Let me know. I don't know. And hey, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Bye, y'all.